Hey there guys, how's it going? So I wanted to talk about the brand new falling price deal that just arrived in the shops. I think a lot of people are right to assume it's quite a good banner, but people are a bit hesitant going, is this bait? What's coming out next? So I wanted to sort of break it down why I think it is a really, really good banner, but I do advise a bit of caution because, as you guys know by now, if you know me, I'm always one to think, what's coming out next, should we be saving? So, let's break it down. So I think the really, really key feature of this banner is the fact that there are 2 guaranteed premiums every single time. And the really cool thing is those 2 premiums are of a very, very small pool. Only 16 featured medals, which is a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. I've said it time and time and time again, but, well, it goes without saying really, that guilting medals is the key to being powerful in this game. And if you're pulling 2 out of 16 every time, within a few pulls, you're going to be able to guilt stuff, especially because they come with dots on them now. If you get lucky and you get 2 or 3 dots on every single time you do a pull, then before too long you're guilting stuff very, very quickly, and you get lucky with your traits. It doesn't take long to become very, very strong in this game. So of these 16 featured medals, 7 of them are tier 7s. I've screwed up there. 7 of them are tier 7s, 6 of them are tier 6s, and 3 of them are tier 5s. Sorry, I've got that backwards, but 3 of them are tier 5. I just noticed that now. So, again, that's nearly half of them are tier 7s. This is incredibly, for value for... Okay, think of it this way. The way they advertised it, they said, at least a tier 5 or higher. I know some people were going, yeah, okay, what if there's a bunch of tier 5s and only a couple of tier 7s or tier 6s? No, they've done a really, really good banner here where most of them are tier 7s, less than half are tier 6s, and only friggin' 3 of them are tier 5s. And as far as tier 5s go, they're not even that bad either. I've made up a little list on the side there of sort of the amount of jewels you could spend versus the amount of medals the amount of premiums you would get back. I mean, take a look at that list there. You know how in my last video I was talking, well, a couple videos ago, to guarantee a mercy pool for one foreteller. To guarantee that, and again, there's more likelihood than not of if you were going to do a 20 pool mercy for a foreteller, you'd end up with at least one. But the absolute worst possible rates were 40,000 jewels for just one, right? Imagine spending 40,000 jewels in a banner like this. Just try and think how much further your jewels would be pushed. Honestly, I know the foretellers are amazing medals, and EX medals are lovely and shiny and they look really, really cool, but I always avoid them like the plague for exactly this reason. Even if you just do 10,000 jewels on this banner, or 12,000 jewels, right? 10 guaranteed premiums of pretty much the current meta, versus you may not get anything on an EX banner, because you know what? 12,000 jewels is only 4 pulls. It seems like nothing on a banner like that, whereas you can push it extremely far on a banner like this. I really hope this becomes the trend where 2 guaranteed premiums per pull. That's incredible. If that happens, once a month, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be really, really fantastic. Anyway, okay, so the next page I'm going to show you is going to look a little bit confusing at first, but whenever there's a guaranteed set of premiums, I always make up a list like this that's personal to me, and I advise you guys to do the same. It's sort of like the sort of disappointment factor versus how good you would feel factor if you received any of the medals in the list. So with that in mind, let's have a quick peek here. Let's put me over here somewhere. Okay, I'm sitting in the don't want pile, so neutral. Okay, I never usually have this because everything, a significant bulk, 12 out of the 16 medals are sitting on the either really want or would be pretty happy to get. The only ones I really don't want to get are that one up there, and these 2 down here. The reason I say that is because, okay, the 3 on that way, so Illustrated Auron, Master Form Sora, and Illustrated Sora, I don't have any copies of those at all, so it would be like starting fresh. And from my opinion, I don't really value them so much. That one's sitting up there only because I've already got one with, I think, 1 or 2 dots on it already, so it would be kind of close to guilting it, yeah. Valor Form Sora is over there because I am only 2 dots away from guilting one of those. So you can see it's this is built to my preferences. Again, Valor Form Sora is not an amazing medal anymore, and well, maybe it never really was, but whatever, that's not what we're talking about right now. But for my game, I'm only 2 dots away from guilting it, which I certainly value more than, let's say for example, these 3 medals here are friggin' incredible. I love Final Form Sora, I love it to bits, but the thing is, for my game, I've already got a max guilted copy with 3 incredibly lucky traits. I'm so friggin' happy to have that. So I think I get more value out of guilting Valor Form Sora than potentially rerolling another trait on Final Form Sora, which could go to waste. But for your guys' list, Final Form Sora might be way the heck towards the really, really, really good side. And in fact, if I didn't have it gilted with amazing traits, it would certainly be up in my top 3. Okay, let's say for example, Black Coat Riku, 358 over 2 days Riku. It's essentially the same medal as Final Form Sora, just it sits in a different slot. But the fact that I've only got it gilted, I've only got 2 dots on it with 0 traits means that I really would like to have it, so it's sitting up that end. Okay, we may as well work from the really want and back this way. Okay, so Hercules B, I don't have any of them, but I think it's a really fantastic medal, and I would love to have a copy of it. Gilted with some really nice traits. The cool thing is that all of these medals are in the pool system now, so if you build up a nice base now and get some good traits going, then every single time you do pools in the future, if you happen to get more of these again, then it's like, well, you know, I've already gilted them, or I've already got really close to guilting, and this is another trait roll, and you know, it's a free trait roll, or it's another guilt roll, or whatever. Okay, let's keep going down the list. Anti-Form Sora, I don't have any of those, but I would absolutely love to have it. I'm a massive fan of copycat medals, and this being an upright speed one, it's more diversity for my game at least. If you guys already have it, I mean, there are 2 copycat medals in this banner. If you don't have one with extra attack, I am one of those people who doesn't, and I would very much like one. So yeah, whenever I see a copycat medal now, I'm thinking this is another chance at extra attack. So maybe I should even have Vanitas a little bit higher, because I've got a Vanitas gilted at 200%. It's maxed out gilt, but I don't have any good traits on it. So if I see a Vanitas, I'm going, okay, this is another chance at extra attack. Granted, a very small chance, but a chance nonetheless, and you know, you have to be in it to win it, basically. So yeah, there are 2 copycat medals in this banner, which is... So if there's 2 copycat medals out of 16 possible ones, and you have 2 shots, does that mean it's a 4 in 16 chance of pulling a copycat medal? I don't know if the probability works on that, so mathematicians, you can write in for me and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like decent odds of getting a copycat medal for every single pull, but I could be wrong on that. So yeah, copycat medals I definitely want. HD Leon and HD Pete. HD Leon I definitely want, because again, it's basically Final Form Sora or Riku again, just based around the 6th slot instead of the 3rd or 5th respectively. Pete may even be a little bit high up there. Like, it's a really good medal. Tier 7 is obviously very nice, and I don't have too many things that are powerful reverse powers, but again, I'm just sort of talking about this list based on my preference. HD Aqua and Illustrated Neku, I think, Illustrated Aqua B and Illustrated Neku, I think they may not be super applicable to my game. It's a pretty decent single target hit and a very nice all targets hit. They may not be helping me out super much, but I think they're really cool. They look nice, and I'm a big fan of music medals, so this is more of like a vanity thing for me rather than a power thing, but you know what? Hey, I like them, so I might want to go for them. HD Luxine, again, is a very nice and powerful medal. Definitely suits the back of the Keyblade very well. Again, the only reason she's down there for me is because I've already got a gilted copy with pretty decent traits on it, so seeing that again for me would only be more trait rolls. But again, for you guys, it might be further up. So, I spoke very highly about 12 out of the 16 medals here, and the only ones I'd be kind of disappointed to see would be those 4 there. That's amazing. I never usually have 12 out of 16 or anywhere close to that percentage that I really want. So, I'm looking at this banner going, every single time I do a pull, I'm going to get mathematically at least one of these things that I really want. I mean, yeah, you could get very unlucky and have like, you know, him and him, but even then, they're not that bad. You know, they're tier 6s or tier 5s. It's not like it's the end of the world to get these things. And even if you get very unlucky and only pull tier 5s, well then, you know, you're getting close to guilting them, which again is not too bad. And you're getting chances at rolling more traits, which before too long, hopefully you get lucky, you get some negative 60s in the right places, you get some extra attacks in the right places, you get, you know, whatever. Yeah, definitely, like, really, even tier 5s with good traits will definitely surpass tier 7s without any traits at all, so... yeah, I would definitely recommend making a list like this, and if it's like over half the medals I really want, it seems like a pretty good time to pull. But what is the catch? So, if the image loads in, there we go, beautiful. Okay, so we are going to reach parity with the Japanese, well, spoilers by the way. We are definitely going to reach parity with the Japanese version very soon, so I've just sort of written out what's next in line. Again, hopefully you don't worry about spoilers with medals too much, because I don't think that's really a thing, but okay, either way. These are the next 7 medals I believe that will be pullable in our game. 6 of them are EXs. If you're like me, I avoid EX banners like the plague unless I absolutely have no choice. So, okay, again, I got very lucky on Illustrated Kyra EX, but I never pull on EX banners outside of that. I mean, that was pretty much the exception that makes the rule, or whatever the expression is. So for me, I'm like looking at the next bunch of medals going, okay, I really don't want that. Not too worried. Well, Upright, Sora and Kairi EX kind of has its place, but I'll talk about that when it eventually comes out in our version. And the 3 on the end there look very, very cool to me, and I'm like, yeah, I would like it, but anyway, we'll see that when it comes to it. Again, EX banners are sort of not worth the risk in my opinion. HD Namine, the tier 7 version, that's a little bit different because it's a copycat medal, but saying that, there are 2 copycat medals in this banner, and if you were pulling for those, you know, let's say it's a 5 pull Mercy when she eventually does come out in our version. That's 15,000 jewels spent. If you spent 15,000 jewels in this banner right now, you're going to get 14 medals, right? You're going to get at least 1 copycat medal in that, surely. I mean, unless the odds are horrifically bad, you're going to get at least 1 copycat medal in this banner. And to be honest, a tier 6 versus a tier 7, the difference isn't that huge. And it's like, if you don't have a really proper slot to put an Upright Magic copycat medal versus a, you know, reverse Magic or an Upright Speed, the difference isn't all that great. Sorry, if you guys who want to wear, there's a brand new Namine medal coming out soon, which is going to be a copycat medal, exactly like the other Namine, except it's a tier 7. I believe that's the only difference. So, okay, yeah, like I said, if you're going to do 15,000 jewels on this banner right now, you're going to get 14 friggin' premiums, which could take you so much further than if you were just going to do a 5 pull Mercy on Namine. If she even does come out as a 5 pull Mercy, she could definitely not. There's nothing to say that she would. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. So, like I said, for me, I look at an EX banner coming out and go, okay, cool, I can skip that. That's something I can just entirely skip and keep saving up till the next really good jewels per power ratio, which is, you know, sort of what I'm calling it whenever I think about how many premiums I can get for the amount of jewels. One more thing to factor in, this is a really, really long banner, so it's not like you have to pull the trigger on this sort of thing immediately. You can hang around and wait a while, see what the pull rates are like. The only thing to note though is that the guilting campaign friggin' that we finally have is going to go away in only like 3 or 4 days from this recording, so it's sort of like, do you wait and see what's coming out next? Do you pull the trigger and do some guilts while you can? I think this is super baity. It looks like, it seems almost too good to be true. So I would definitely say that, what are they trying to make us wait for? I think Master Xehanort and HD Axel EX are coming out very, very soon. But for my jewels, they're not really worth going for. The Terra, Ventus, and Aqua over there seem like the next thing I'm going to be interested in. But again, if it's like a 20 pull Mercy, then for me, I'm pretty much just going to skip it. So it's like, what could be next after that? But saying that though, you know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we've got Xehanort, Axel, Sora and Kairi, Namine. That's probably 4 separate banners, and then potentially TVA would come out at the same time. So I'm thinking like, okay, it's about 5 banners away. Maybe that's 2 to 3 weeks. We can save up a decent bit in 2 to 3 weeks. If you know that you're going to skip all the EX banners, you can save up a decent bit in 2 to 3 weeks. So even if you spend a fair bit of jewels now, it's not like you're going to completely bankrupt yourself for what comes next, but I don't know. I'm still convinced that as soon as we hit parity with the Japanese version, it's going to be insane, and we're going to have really, really good things coming out. So I'm still paranoid about that. I would never bankrupt yourself. I would never fall below, like, I don't know, 10,000 jewels, maybe even 15, just in case something really incredible comes out. Anyway, guys, I've rambled on long enough. Hopefully this has helped a little bit, and should we do a poll? What do you think? I think we should. Alrighty, let's go ahead and collect our jewels, which have been sitting here for quite a while now. I think, oh shit, I better retain these soon before they expire. So, got a fair few in my pocket there, so 15,550. Let's bump that up to a nice little... The reason I do this is because, like, if I don't... Wow. Okay, sweet. If I don't have, like, a lot, I'm not tempted to spend. It's like, if I know that I'm going to spend on something, then I'll finally collect them, so... Alright, let's go ahead and pull the trigger on this, shall we? I might do one more pull in maybe a pool battle with another YouTuber. Hopefully that's going to come out pretty soon. But yeah, for now, this is hopefully going to give you guys an indication of what the pool is like. Fingers... Oh, 1... Okay. Oh, 3. Sweet. I mean, that's always the thing too. You could get more than 1 premium, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, nice. World of Chaos. Okay, so... you never know, you could get more than one premium. Sweet. Like same with 2 dots. Again, for my game, the dots don't matter 1 iota, and okay, only 1 dot for him. Still not a bad pull at all. I'm extremely excited to have Hercules B, which is literally the top of my list. So there you go. It's like, I really feel more powerful automatically now because, you know, I've got a copycat medal that can copy Hercules B, and it's just, you know, more diversity to my list. So, all the best of luck, guys. I might do some more pulls in this banner because it's pretty freaking good. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think you're going to spend on it? Do you think you're going to save up and skip? You know, whatever. The same thing I usually ask. But all the best, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye. Actually, you know what? Let's do my Moogle while we're here, shall we? One more thing I forgot to mention, like, people were talking about this copycat banner, which may or may not ever come out. The one that's going to have, you know, all the recent copycat... Man, I'm having all sorts of luck today. Hell yeah. Yeah? Okay, I'll take that. Sure. Why not? Thanks, guys. I seem, whenever I pull on camera, I do really well. Cheers, guys. Let's get a quick screenshot of that. It's like, okay, if you thought about doing a copycat banner, the rates on this are decent enough where there's like 2 copycat medals in this thing right now, so is it worth saving up for this copycat banner that at this point may never come? Or, anyway, I've rambled on enough. See you later, guys. Bye.